Hello, and welcome to Session 7 of Love Letters to Humanity, an offering to the global community of insights and perspectives from healers, practitioners, and wellness businesses. I'm Victoria Marie, CTACC of Life and Wellness Coaching by Victoria Marie. Today's conversation is with a powerhouse woman in business, in family, and friendship. She is the owner of American Savings Loans Financial Services, raising 3 beautiful teenage children, and a loyal client and friend to myself and my businesses. We've known each other for more than a decade. I would like to have Ani take a moment to introduce herself.
Thank you, Victoria. It's my pleasure to be part of this beautiful journey that we are on. I am a mother of 3 and a CEO of 2 companies, American Savings Financial Services and Your Advocates. In addition, I'm a part of 5 different nonprofit organizations in being super active in philanthropy, advocating for women and children as well. So thank you for having me.
Ani and I are here today to delve into the idiom of being in the moment, especially in this time of COVID-19. And there's so much insight that COVID-19 is offering to each of us individually as well as a global community. If we dare to sit still and go within and identify the insight. Now, Ani, because of your finance background, and most would think your focus is on the increase of money, but I know you and I have spoken many times on this topic of being in the moment. So what is your perspective on this time, literally being in the moment of this crisis? Do you think the crisis is asking each of us to question our individual motivations behind our needs and asking us, what do we truly need in this moment, in this crisis?
What a great question to ask and to answer to you. COVID has been such an awakening for many of us who are running and running and running. So what I've realized more than ever from my own experience, let alone what I see in people, is that COVID and other situations and crises like this allows us to pause and look around. What is happening? Who are we? What are we doing? And why are we doing? And these questions are not just relevant to our personal identity and our own self and our families, but in finance as well. See, what has been happening this past 15 to 20 years is that specifically because of the influence of Hollywood, because of the influence of the community and the influence of the social media, we have somewhere, somehow lost our direction on our own self-needs and what brings us to balance. And so what COVID is doing and has been doing, in my thoughts, of course, is bringing people to their level of where they need to be. So the question really is now, have you looked at your own inventory, your own home, your own finances, your own monthly expenditures, your receivables, your paychecks you're getting, and have you gone through that entire thing on a monthly basis to really assess, do you really need it? Do you not need it? Where can you cut? Where can you pay more attention? Where can you give more time? So that's what I'm finding, Victoria.
Yes, I agree with you. That thought of emphasizing on financial value or value of the self. Is it time for people to reassess what was to what could be? And that's sort of what you started on at the end of the answer to question one. So I want to delve a little bit more, again, because of your perspective. What does that entail for us to reassess what was and what could be?
So everything goes down to basics. And I don't know if I'm going to answer this question right, but I think I'm going to try. It goes back to our basics. We need love in our life. We need food to feed our bodies. And of course, love for the soul. And we need a shelter to call home so that we could be safe, feel safe. So that, for many of us, has been a little confusing this past so many years. And again, many influences have been the reason. So this is when it's time, yes, to assess, what do I really need? What do I really have? Oftentimes we have what we need, but we tend to forget or somehow get blinded by all the other influences. So it would be to really assess now. Now is the time. This is, I believe, if not one of the biggest, to me, in our lifetime, this is the biggest wake-up call for humanity, where it's, you can't help but be at home and assess and realize, did I really need this furniture? Did I really need to buy all those clothes in my closet that I don't even use? Did I even really need to focus on this brand name of the makeup or the other brand name of makeup? There's so many things, because when you look at it, when things like this happen, it reminds you what is the most important thing. And again, goes down to basics, Victoria.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. I literally got chills as you were speaking about it. So thank you.
Sure.
My last question, my last probing into your perspective. What is your thought on people saying they want to be able to sustain their lifestyle after COVID-19? Is that still a place we should be focusing upon?
Makes me laugh. It's a beautiful question. But before we answer the question of how we are going to sustain our lifestyle, do we even know what lifestyle we have?
Correct.
Oftentimes, we are in the superficial lifestyle that we assume in our fantasies we have this lifestyle. But it really isn't real, because a lifestyle is meant to be a way of life. It's meant to be your being and who you are, and as you live, as you see, as you breathe. And when you're put on press to maintain a lifestyle, don't get me wrong, I'm very goal oriented. I believe in dreaming. I believe in dreams will come true and do come true, and more. But there's a flow at work that we need to respect, and that flow is our lifestyle. So what is our lifestyle? So that was kind of like a little philosophical answer, but on a more of a financial answer would be, is it the superficial lifestyle that you're used to, which you just go and feed yourself the unhealthy food at the restaurants all the time, and you go buy unnecessary items to fulfill that hole and void you have? Maybe it's time to open up that scary place inside and really assess, is this the lifestyle? Maybe this is the wake-up call or the awakening.
Absolutely. It's really why I started these love letters to humanity. Being a life coach, I watch people trying to, as you're saying, live up to a certain lifestyle, but they're not fulfilled within their soul. They're not feeling whole or authentic. So in the life coaching that I do, that is the work that I'm truly working on. So even speaking to you, again, thank goodness I know who you are. Your work that you do is in the finance world, but you're so much more, and you offer so much value. You offer that stability. And again, it's under the name of finance, but what you bring to people and how you lay it out is so much more. So I wanted to thank you for sharing your perspective from your experiences. This is definitely a very overwhelming time for people. And I'm always delighted to speak to you because beyond your persona and the work that you do in finance, when you speak, you often speak from that most authentic part of your being, from who you are in your soul. And you know and understand the higher workings behind these dynamics surrounding this global crisis. So thank you for your time and your perspective. And thank you for empowering along with me.
Thank you, Victoria. Namaste. Thank you for being part of our journey, being part of my life. I have always been blessed to have known you for so many years, see the work you do, your energy, your healing energy. And I am grateful and I appreciate this time that you extended in a few minutes of beautiful conversation together. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, my dear. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.